Nosotros somos de nacionalidad dominicana y vine a este país porque toda mi familia vino para acá.
Y yo por lograr el sueño americano. Yo no he aprendido inglés porque desde que llegué a este país he estado trabajando y en mi tiempo libre se lo he dedicado a mis hijas.
Yo no vine a los Estados Unidos a aprender inglés, yo vine a trabajar.
Translating for my parents wasn't necessarily like a burden, but there were times where like I didn't really want to because I wanted to do other things. Like when it came to like parent-teacher conferences, I would have to translate for me, and I couldn't really like spend time with my friends or whatever.
I didn't mind it too much, but I also didn't have a choice because I was the oldest of four girls.
But at the same time, it was hard because I was a shy person growing up. So she would always ask me to talk on the phone with people because they didn't know Spanish. So I would talk to them.
To be honest, I really didn't mind. But at the same time, as when my older sister went to college, I had to carry on that responsibility.
But sometimes it can be borderline annoying because sometimes I feel like even though I'm helping my mother, it can sometimes be a handicap and not allow her to actually maybe struggle a little and actually push through and learn the language wherever she is, whether it's here in the US or anywhere else.
Cuando mis hijas me tienen que traducir, me siento frustrada, pero le doy gracias a Dios que ellas son bilingües las cuatro.
Yo me siento bien porque cuando ellas me traducen, ellas también aprenden a hablar español.
I'll never forget this one time. I was at the doctor's and the doctor started asking my mom questions. So then I answered the questions and the doctor looked at my mom and she was like, "You don't know English? This is America. You gotta learn English." And she kept saying that over and over. But it was the way she was saying it, like almost in a judgy way.
There was this one time that my dad took us to the park and there was this little girl with the same flip-flops as me. And when we went back home, they somehow found our apartment and they knocked and my dad answered the door and they were explaining how they lost their shoes. And they thought that I have taken them. And my dad was trying to explain to them that those were my shoes. And he kept saying, "Mary shoes, not your shoes." And he got frustrated and slammed the door.
We were in the emergency room and I was translating between the doctors and the nurses and her, and it was sort of an opportunity that I got to advocate on behalf of my mother because they wanted to send her home simply with, I think it was just Tylenol, instead of really diagnosing her and giving her a proper prognosis. And that really frustrated me because if that's just my mother who doesn't speak English, imagine anyone else who can't self-advocate for themselves simply because of a language barrier.
There were times where I wish my parents spoke English because like to tell them how I feel, like to change things from English to Spanish, it doesn't like get translated the same way and things get misconstrued and they can't properly understand how I feel. Because there would be times where I know exactly what I was going to say in English, but to translate it to them back in Spanish, my vocabulary isn't very up there, so I didn't know exactly how to say it.
I think it would make my life as well as my sisters and their lives much easier because then they wouldn't have to depend on me so much.
Sometimes I wish they did because then they wouldn't have struggled so much.
But I don't really mind doing it because it almost helped me practice my Spanish, so it's fine.
I think I'm really able to speak on behalf of someone because I did so for so long for my mother.
Even though translating has helped me better my Spanish, I still have a long way to go to perfect it.